Simone Benoit against Michael Kesselring. Let's start. Was that a good time to take that fight up 3-0 in that hockey game, Rosie?
I would say no. I mean, normally when you get that lead and you get challenged by a guy, it's a time where you'd shake him off and say, "Not right now." But when a guy does deserve to choose to do it, I never fault them. You just got to make sure that you don't give the other team any momentum and you go absolute guns blazing and see what you can get out of it. wild, wild start, man. This Superman punch. I've never seen anything like. I don't see what I don't advise it. I laugh at it. It's wild. I'm not judging, but I don't see the benefit of jump. Even his right leg is leading and up, and then throwing with your right hand. That, like, just momentum wise doesn't really make sense. But in the moment for Benoit, he said he's done that before against Good Branson. I'll have to go back and check the tape. But and then after that, just holding on for dear life, getting thrown at, I would try to keep the offense going as much as I possibly could rather than backing off on D while the guy just throws about 6. And then he inevitably was happy with his fight, flipped on the banana peel and pulled Benoit down. All good in the hood at the end of the day. I don't think you can expect them to bury 3 afterwards, but that is an example of why maybe you'd shake a guy off and say, not right now, when you've got a 3-goal lead, and make sure that you don't give them any energy and any life.
So what is it? The element of surprise? You think guys pull out that move? Like Kevin Bieksa was infamous for that.
Yeah, and it worked for BX a few times. I don't know. Like there's nothing about leaping into the air on your skates that would think to me that you would get the upper hand or anything. Maybe you scare a guy or something or get him. But I mean, the biggest thing about fighting on skates is that you got to have really good edge work and understand where your weight's transferred and everything on your blades. And if you are good at that, you're very tough to get jostled around. You can't get pulled in a direction you don't want to. And you're always on your center of balance. So jumping up in a Superman thing, it's not my idea of a great strategy, but he seemed to like it, says he's done it before. It worked for BX as well. And it looks wild and it looks exciting and it's hilarious. And I had to rewind it a couple times to see what the hell he did, which was pretty interesting. But I don't think it's a strategy a ton of guys are going to adopt. At least I would be very surprised if they did.
I think the timing was just interesting for me. You're up 3-0 in that game. And again, we speak to it because of what happened following and ensuing the hit or the fight, where it's like they score 3 goals in 3:57. Was that momentum or was that just the Leafs stop playing? Like, how did you read it?
I couldn't know if I'm not on the bench. I mean, the best
Yeah.
place in the world to read and react to the energy flows of a game is to be a part of it and to be out there and to hear what guys are saying after each shift, to feel what the coach is doing and what his decisions are, what they're doing out there. The back and forth is so palpable. It's almost painful to watch on TV for me because I'm like, it's just back. You're just not feeling what's going on. So it's hard to judge, but when you score that 3rd goal, and it was Benoit that scored it too, so he's kind of still jacked up, and a guy over it happen all the time. It used to happen 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times a game where a guy's trying to get a fight, and you got to really pick your spots, and it makes it easy because there's so many opportunities to do something like that. Nowadays, a guy comes up to Benoit, he's jacked up after scoring, pumped that it didn't get called back, and it was a good goal. You got a 3-goal lead, gets asked. Doesn't happen very often this day and age, just obliges him. I'm not against it, but looking at it with hindsight, it wasn't the time to go. Again, I'm never going to fault a guy for deciding to go. I love the fact that Benoit did and tried to go out there, but pick your spots a little better, which is kind of tough when it's not something that happens. I mean, how many fights have we seen on the Leafs this entire goddamn season? 2. It's not a thing that happens all the time. So, I'm not blaming it all on him, but yeah, you don't want to give a team momentum when they're about to make a huge charge. Give them even more reason to do so.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.